Are you a passive husband? Well, if you are not actively participating in your marriage, then what's happening is you are sowing seeds of resentment in your wife. I'm Leslie Dories, your marriage coach and creator of the Hero Husband Project and owner of Foundations Coaching. And what I mean by being passive is that you're physically present, but you're not mentally there. And this can be something as simple as not really engaging in a conversation. Not, your wife is sharing about her day or what the kids did or what she wants to do on vacation or whatever, and you're just doing the yes, dear. You're not really engaging with her. I'm going to tell you, you probably weren't a passive wooer. You probably weren't a passive boyfriend. You probably actively participated, made plans. But, and it's really easy to sit back and let somebody else drive the car. But like any long road trip, if one person is doing all the driving, they're probably going to get tired and they're probably going to resent you sleeping in the passenger seat or reading a book or playing on your phone or whatever it is you're doing. And a lot of times when your wife makes requests of you, you don't really see them for the important things that they are. I had a client who didn't pay attention to his wife when she made the suggestion of taking ballroom dance lessons or a cooking class or whatever. And that was, yes, it was an indirect way of her asking to spend more time with him, although really it's not that indirect, right? And maybe those things weren't something that light your fire, but just saying no without providing an alternative just leaves her feeling like you don't want to spend time with her or you don't want to have a conversation with her. Being a passive partner means you're sitting on the couch watching a television show but not interacting, or maybe one of you is watching the show and the other one of you is on your phone or the computer. That's passive. It's when you pay attention to what she's doing, when you pay attention to the changes that are going on. Having a baby, your child going off to school, maybe your children growing up and going off to college or getting a job and moving out of the house. Because the truth of the matter is, gray divorce, which is what's happening with couples in their 50s and 60s, is being mostly driven by women who have been tired of carrying the load. And even when it comes to your intimacy, are you being active? Are you planning dates? Are you doing things that will put her in the mood? Or do you just kind of wait till you fall into bed and you kind of reach over and you touch here and you touch there and you say, hey, wooga wooga, baby, you want to get lucky? I'm going to tell you that is not going to work unless you have a really good relationship and everything is firing on all cylinders. And, it's easy to take each other for granted. It's easy to think that this relationship is always going to be there. But I got news for you. Nothing thrives on neglect, and your marriage is no different. Now, I'm hearing you. It's like, Leslie, I've tried to do things and she just shoots me down. Got it. And I also get that being uncomfortable with her disappointment or uncomfortable with her anger or uncomfortable with any of her challenging emotions is pretty much the norm. And the way to address those, one, is to first find out what they're about. Have the courage to have that conversation, because it's her opinion. It's how she's viewing you, the relationship, whatever. And I would think you would want that information, right? You don't want to walk into work one day, get called into your boss's office, and get fired without having any warning. Except this is what's happening in marriages all the time. Being asked for a divorce should come as no more of a surprise than walking into your business and getting fired. You should know how you're doing. You should know whether or not you're contributing to the team, which, by the way, marriage is the ultimate team sport. So just, I mean, and I get it. I understand that partners can be challenging, and that the idea is I'd rather, not do anything to stir the wrath of she who must not be named, um, or she who must be obeyed, for those of you who are fans of mysteries, British mysteries. But the thing is that being active, this is how you got married in the first place. Being active, making plans, figuring out what she enjoys, what the two of you can do together, having conversations about who you are and what you want out of life. It doesn't stop on your wedding day. You might think that everything is okay, but if you don't know that it's okay, if you are a passive partner, I guarantee you it's not going to end well. So what would it take for you to be fully present in your marriage? Whether that's listening, whether that's dating, whether that's around intimacy, whether that's around household chores, where you're not just physically there, but you're mentally and emotionally there too. That's what makes for a good marriage. And if you'd like some help with that, that's what I do. I help men to create really, really strong marriages. And by the way, I also translate wife. So when she makes a comment about, hey, would you like to do ballroom dancing? That's not simply a question of, hey, would you like to go do ballroom dancing? It's actually a bid for connection. And, so to just dismiss it and not counter it with, no, but I'd really love to, but it would be fun if we went and learned to play disc golf or whatever. Those are the kinds of conversations that you want to have. And if you need some help with that, please get in touch with me. You can send me a direct message. You can put a comment in down below. You can email me at leslie@foundationscoachingnc.com. And one of the things I hope you'll do is to subscribe to the show, to the channel. And until next week, stay loving.